All right, let's talk about something truly amazing. We're diving into the story of a recent visitor to our cosmic neighborhood, and I mean a real visitor, a messenger from a completely different star. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. What if a piece of another solar system, a genuine physical object from another world, flew right past us? What could something like that possibly teach us? Well, guess what? This isn't some sci-fi movie plot. It actually happened. Back in 2025, a visitor arrived and its name is Comet 3I/Atlas. So first things first, how do we actually know it's from another star? I mean, that's a huge claim, right? Let's unpack how scientists confirmed its incredible origins. The answer, the dead giveaway, is its path through space. It's on what astronomers call a hyperbolic orbit. In simple terms, that means it came screaming into our solar system so fast that our sun's gravity just wasn't strong enough to trap it. It's on a one-way trip, a cosmic tourist just passing through. You know, even its name tells a story. The 3I is a huge deal. It means this is only the third confirmed interstellar object we've ever found. Super rare. And the Atlas part? That comes from the Survey telescope in Chile that first spotted it on July 1st, 2025. Okay, so we've established this thing is a legit alien visitor, but what do we know about it? Let's paint a quick portrait of this comet by digging into its vital stats. First up, its speed. You might want to buckle up for this one. At its fastest, as it whipped around our sun, it was clocked at an absolutely mind-boggling 153,000 miles per hour. So where did it get that crazy speed boost? Well, it was already moving fast when it entered our system, but as it got closer to the sun, our star's immense gravity acted like a giant cosmic slingshot, flinging it even faster for its journey back out into deep space. So how big are we talking? Well, using the Hubble Space Telescope, scientists got a pretty good look. They estimate its nucleus, that's the solid, icy core, is somewhere between 440 meters and a pretty hefty 5.6 kilometers across. So, not tiny. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How close did this thing get to us? Well, at its absolute closest point to Earth, it was still about 270 million kilometers away. And just to put that number into perspective for you, that is nearly double the distance from us to the sun. So let's be crystal clear. This visitor kept a very, very safe distance. It posed absolutely zero threat to us here on Earth. But here's where the story gets really, really interesting. This wasn't just some fast-moving rock. No, this comet was behaving strangely, and that strange behavior held a massive clue about where it came from. Okay, so quick Comet 101. Usually, as a comet gets near the sun, its ice heats up and turns directly into gas, a process called sublimation. This gas creates that beautiful fuzzy cloud around it, the coma, and the solar wind pushes that stuff out to form the famous tail. Simple enough, right? Well, with 3I/Atlas, scientists saw something really weird. A powerful jet of material was shooting off the comet, but it was pointing toward the sun, not away from it. And that is not what's supposed to happen. This bizarre behavior immediately raised two huge questions. First, what on earth could be causing that jet to point the wrong way? And second, what other secrets were hiding in the gas itself? You know, what is this thing actually made of? And that brings us to my favorite part of this whole story. Scientists decided to treat this comet like a message in a bottle, sent across the interstellar ocean. It was time to pop the cork and decode its chemical signature. Now, to read a message like this, you need a seriously powerful instrument. So they pointed our absolute best tool, the James Webb Space Telescope, right at the comet to see exactly what was in that gassy cloud around it. And here's what they found. The ingredients list had a bunch of stuff we'd expect to see in a comet, things like water, carbon monoxide, dust, but one of these ingredients was about to steal the whole show: carbon dioxide. Because it wasn't just that CO2 was there, it was the amount of it. It was completely off the charts. The amount of carbon dioxide gas was way, way higher than the amount of water vapor. In fact, it's one of the highest ratios of CO2 to water ever seen in any comet. And that, right there, is the message. That's the punchline. A comet so incredibly rich in carbon dioxide, but relatively poor in water, probably couldn't have formed in a solar system like ours. It's a chemical fingerprint from a truly alien environment, a place that uses a very different recipe to build its planets.
In the end, 3i/8las delivered its postcard from a distant star. And it leaves us with this incredible, mind-expanding question to think about. If this is what we can learn from just one messenger, what secrets will the next one bring?